Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuzz here, and welcome to episode 10 of Road to Partyhat. In this episode, we're going to be doing a lot of bossing, as usual, mostly focused around the brand new boss that was released, Raksha. Now, this is one of the first bosses we have had released in a long time. I think the last boss that we had released on Runescape 3 was Ambassador for the Shadow Reef, and I believe it was almost 2 years ago now that was released. So needless to say, RuneScape 3 PVMers have been waiting a while for a new boss to come out, so I'm really excited to show you guys what drops we get in this episode. I did make a small loot video, but we do get much more kills in this episode and tons of drops that I won't spoil what they are. And we also have some other bosses and monsters we kill in this video, so a lot of content, and I think we make a quite good bit of money. So yeah, let's get started with the episode, and I'll see you in the first clip. So to start off this video, we started off doing Legios. Now, I haven't done Legios since my loot video I made a while back, but since I had tested the fleeting boots and they seem to make Legios a lot nicer to kill, I thought, why don't I go try them out? Something that also made me want to try out Legios again is since Greater Ricochet came out and people have been using range a ton because of Raksha, the fleeting boots, Greater Ricochet, range items have gone up a lot, and Ascensions were 180 to 190 mil when I started doing Legios, and I believe I bought mine for like 130 mil each a few weeks ago, so they've gone up 50 or 60 mil each in just the past few weeks since Raksha was released. So I thought, hey, it might be a good idea to try some Legios because the keys hadn't actually gone up that much, so there wasn't like a huge chance I was going to lose a ton of money because the key price was kind of lacking behind the Ascension price. So I thought it was a good time to go, and I do need the pets. I actually have 2 out of the 6. So during this video, we actually end up getting a pet threshold, so now our pet drop rate is better. But they were really easy to kill, especially with the boots. Like, I honestly did not mind it at all because, you know, rapid firing while moving is just, I mean, especially when using range, because that's what you range Legios. Using rapid fire when moving is just a game changer because usually you would have to like snapshot and tendril, but rapid fire is just so much better. And usually you'd have to use like devotion and stuff to be able to get off your rapid fire because you have to stand still. But every kill I could just rapid fire, and I was getting like, you know, 15 to 20 second kills. And I believe I got like a 9-second personal best. But honestly, these were just really nice to kill. They're really easy, and I just really enjoyed killing them. So they're honestly just a good time all around. I did have her start with some bad luck. One of these signets actually took me like 140 keys. Luckily, it wasn't one of like the super expensive ones. It was Terratus, and I think it took me 177 keys actually, which is pretty bad. But our luck got a little bit better. So for this key, I believe this is Secundus. I could be wrong, but it took me 36 keys. And then here we have, I believe, Cordis, which took me 124 keys. So there was one we got unlucky as well. I think Quintus only took me 10 keys. So we only spent 4 mil on Quintus, so I was really, really lucky there. And then the most lucky I was with Primus. Primus took me 11 keys, and if you don't know, Primus is the most expensive key. It's almost $1 mil per key, and it took me 11. So we got really lucky there because if that had taken like 100 plus keys, we would have lost a ton of money. So I was really happy that we got Primus out of the way because that can be really bad. And then I believe our last key took us 60, I think. So not too bad, pretty much on rate there. And in total, we got a little unlucky, but we did get lucky with Primus. So I ended up evening out. Dragon Limbs actually cost me 14 mil, which I didn't remember them being that much, but I got them, made them into a Dragon Crossbow, and then we created our Ascension Crossbow. I created the main hand because it was a little more money, so I wanted to get as much money out of this as possible. And I end up putting it in the GE for med, but it doesn't sell. But as you'll see in a second here, it ends up selling. And we actually made about 18 to 20 mil. So not as much as I would have hoped, but I did get a little unlucky towards the end. But overall, I'm pretty happy with a 20 mil profit. This does not include the normal drops, so I may have made more like 30 mil because of the normal drops. But yeah. So like most people, I've been doing a lot of the new boss Raksha. So I started out doing a lot of duos with my friend because he had a better grip on the boss than me, and I could kind of play like a DPS role. And I've got to say, I've really enjoyed the new boss. At first, the prayer flicking was just so overwhelming for me, but after a while, I started to get the hang of it. And the clip you're seeing right now is one of the very first kills I got in duo. One of very, very old clips, so I'm using like a yak. The kills are way longer. You know, we don't really have a great idea what we are doing, but you know, we were just trying to learn as much as we could of the boss. I believe this is release day. So yeah, you can see I'm messing up literally every single prayer. They're eating my whole yak, but trust me, I got a lot better at this. But yeah, the boss was really, really fun, and I ended up getting really lucky with a ton of drops, which you'll see later. But if you haven't done Raksha, I definitely recommend giving it a try, but you should try in duo first because it is a lot easier. Maybe you can get a friend to go with you that knows how to tank, because if somebody you know can solo, then they can probably tank pretty easily in a duo. But it's way easier to learn the ropes in a duo than it is solo, and I have now done a decent amount of solos, and I still need to improve. I still am learning to do solos with a Ripper Demon. Right now I'm still using a yak, even though I can do duos with a Ripper. It's a bit harder in solos, but I'm hoping to learn that soon, and hoping to eventually, figure out the log and get the whole log complete, because I'd like to get another boss collection done. They did release a Golden Reaper title, which is a title for getting all collection logs complete, so that would be something cool to go for in the future. But I'm just really happy that we finally have a new boss in RuneScape, and I really like how this boss turned out, and the drops are pretty good too. So to start us out at Raksha, this is day of release. My friend Andrew, or Bibzuda7 as you guys may know him, ended up getting Fleeting Boots in a duo together. This was day of release, and they sold for 480 mil, and we made 240 mil split, which was just really, really insane. And the luck didn't stop there. I duoed with my friend HP Warrior, and I ended up getting a Shadow Spike in my name, actually, which I had not seen many Shadow Spikes drops. I think they're rarer than the boots, judging by what I've seen, because I've seen a lot of people get like Fleeting Boots, Laceration Boots, and Blast Diffusion Boots, but not many Shadow Spike drops. So I was absolutely super hyped with that. This was actually the first drop I got in my name, so to go on the log, and it sold for 182 mil. Which was actually more than I was expecting. This was honestly probably like 3 or 4 days after release, so I didn't expect the price of it to be that high, seeing as it just upgrades your Fleeting Boots into tier 90s. But I guess it's best in slot to add to all the boots. So I end up splitting with my friend here 91 mil each. So not too shabby of a split there, and super happy to have that on the log. And then here I end up getting my first solo kill ever, and I get Fleeting Boots. I just could not believe it. I just could not believe that I ended up getting Fleeting Boots on my first ever solo. The solo took forever because, of course, I was still learning, but I just couldn't believe it. Fleeting Boots, and these actually a decent amount here. So we're going to look, and we put them in, and it wasn't too bad. Obviously not the 480 mil on day of release, but still 108 mil there for Fleeting Boots, which, I mean, I get to keep all of that. So far, I think we've made a total of 450 mil from Raksha. Just off these 3 drops. Of course, that big drop, big split on day of release, we got that hours into release, so that really helped boost it up. But still, 450 mil so far, and then 2 solos later, I get another pair of Fleeting Boots. I just could not believe it at this point. It almost looks like the same clip, but I promise it's not. And we end up selling these. This was, I think, the next day I did another solo, and they sold for 82 mil. So they're going down a bit, but I hope they'll stabilize around this price. But yeah, we've made about 500 mil plus off Raksha. Sadly, we didn't get any of the codexes. Greater Ricochet was going for like $1 bill or something, but we still ended up to get some decent drops, and I'm super happy with all my Raksha loot. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this episode of Road to Partyhat. We're going to now look at how much money we have made this episode. So the first thing I want to say before we look at the wealth evaluator is it's not going to be totally accurate because there are a few things that I purchased. So I actually ended up purchasing a defensive ability. So I purchased Divert to make that video on showing, how good it was. And it cost me about 80 mil, so 80 mil went to that. And also, we ended up buying Fleeting Boots for about 130 mil to make a video on that. And I still have them. And if we go and we look here in the Wealth Evaluator, it says they're only 13 mil. So again, not accurate. And the same with the Inquisitor staff, I believe. It says it's 800k, which this is over 300 mil, so it's not, accurate. But based on this episode, it says we have made 100 mil or so. But of course, I bought the Divert Codex. The Fleeting Boots are about 100 mil, so I would say this episode we cleared probably 400 to 500 mil in drops alone just from Raksha. Probably even more from the big duo split I got on day of release. So we've made a ton of progress, and my gear setups are finally starting to look really good. I ended up getting planted feet for ranged, which this Shadow Glaive says it's 8 mil, but they're actually selling for like 20 mil. So the bank is looking much better than it did, I think, in last episode. We still have the Ascensions, which have gone up in price. Something that also contributed to us not having as much on the Wealth Evaluator is Blast Diffusion Boots. I actually bought these for like 100 mil, and they're down to like 25 mil because they're dropped from Raksha, but, that's all right. And of course we have the Fleeting Boots. I've got Laceration Boots now, Dragon Rider Lance as well, which I use during Raksha to clear the pools. We've got our full mage setup here still, our range setup. We've got a Nox staff and an Inquisitor staff now. So our setups are looking honestly really good, and I'm really excited to keep working on the range setup because I'm actually really enjoying ranged. But now we're going to just look at Raksha here in my log. So I have 56 duo kills and 8 solos, and if we look, I've gotten 2 Fleeting Boots and a Shadow Spike in my name, plus that duo split. So I've gotten really lucky at Raksha, and I hope to continue doing more Raksha in the next episode, but I'm going to go back to do a ton more bosses. Hopefully I can try to do some Ambassador because it's a boss that I haven't really done much on the channel, and I'm going to continue working on these collections and really pumping up the cash to try to reach our party hat. I know it's going to be a long series. I know there are people in the comments telling me I'm never going to get a party hat, but honestly, I think I will, and I want this series to be long anyway because I really enjoy making it, and it seems like a lot of people enjoy watching it. So, of course, it's not going to be like a super fast series, but we have gone all the way from 200 mil to probably, if you don't count the wealth evaluator being stupid, we probably have over 3 bill bank now in 10 episodes, and we're just starting to get into really, really elite PVM. So I'm hoping next episode to maybe, start to get some Telos orbs. Dormants at Telos have been going up a lot, so I'm just going to do a ton more bosses next episode. Might mix in some clues. Maybe we can get a lucky die or something like that. But comment below and let me know what you want to see me kill in the next episode. And thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We're getting closer to 4,000 subscribers, so hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you get these episodes whenever they're released. And leave a like if you haven't already. And if you want to support me and support my channel, you can join my channel memberships. I want to give a shout out to all my current channel members. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the support. It means a lot to me. And if you want to join my channel memberships to support me and get all kinds of cool perks, like me to add you on Discord, you can PVM with me, you can add me in game, all sorts of cool stuff. You can click the link in the description, the box that pops up on screen now, or click the join button on my channel. So pretty long outro, but I had a lot I wanted to talk about. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.